We're recording.
Want me to go? Yeah. My name is Charlotte. I am 21 and a half years old and I am a senator for South Australia.
Senator Charlotte Walker isn't just a young politician. She's actually made history as the youngest senator to be elected to Australian Parliament.
So I actually turned 21 on election day, and so it was pretty surreal day, but honestly campaigning is one of my favourite things, so I didn't mind spending my birthday doing that.
Senator Walker grew up in regional South Australia, in a town called Yankalilla.
It's absolutely beautiful. Really involved in my community from a young age, played lots of sport. I really liked growing up in a small town, you know everyone, but I also saw things like a lot of domestic violence. There wasn't access to resources.
After she turned 18, she started volunteering and got a job with her local MP, where she worked her way up to become the state president of Young Labor. So when the opportunity came up to run in the 2025 election, she felt ready to give it a crack.
I said yes, and that set me off on this pretty wild journey that I'm on. I am so proud and genuinely humbled to be able to bring a new young voice to the Albanese Labor government.
Hear, hear.
I am the first parliamentarian born in this millennium.
What do you think are the biggest concerns for young people when it comes to politics?
It's a big question. I think there's a few components to it. Big focus on the environment, domestic violence as well. I think it's a national shame. Until domestic violence is stamped out, we've still got a way to go. Another big thing, probably housing. We're in a housing crisis at the moment. A lot of young people worried about what housing looks like for them now and into the future, and trying to secure rental properties is really tough at the moment. And that, ties into cost of living generally. The last time $41,000 covered the 20% deposit for a median home was in 2002. I wasn't even born in 2002. The day this policy was...
Senator Walker is one of 76 senators in Australia. And senators sit, well, you guessed it, in the Senate, also known as the upper house. The Senate is one of two parts of our government. The other is the House of Representatives, or the lower house. When laws are being made, they generally start here, where they are debated and voted on, but before they're allowed to become laws, they have to go through the Senate, which has its own debate and vote.
What's the day in the life of a senator in Australia?
If it's a sitting week, I'm usually getting into Parliament pretty early. A group of us exercise, we start at 6:15, so I usually get in about 10 to 6, so I have time to eat breakfast. Usually I've got a breakfast function of some sort. The Senate starts at a different time depending on the day, but usually it'll start, it's either 9 a.m, 10 a.m, or 12 p.m. After the morning commitment, it's straight into meetings and committee meetings. Got question time at 2 p.m, in there for the full hour.
What is question time like?
So it's really interesting actually. You see it on TV and it's, you see the theatrics of it, and I think that's a bit deceiving because that's all that people see and they think, well, these lot just yell at each other the whole day.
Those opposite think the answer is more.
I'm reminding you of your comments at the start of the week.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's actually not true. During the rest of the day, the debate's quite constructive. It's not usually heated. It's pretty toned down. What is the government delivering to help Australians get ahead?
Is there anyone who helps you learn about all of this stuff when you get into politics?
All the new senators got flown into Canberra for Senate school, which is really funny as someone that graduated school only a few years ago.
I like it, Senate school.
But we have a number of really amazing public servants that make the Senate run. A lot of them have been there for a long time and they know everything there is to know.
The median age of politicians in Australia is 50.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be this youngest person in the room?
It's pretty amazing. A lot of people from across the political spectrum, when I got elected, reached out to me from different political parties and said, we don't agree on these policy positions, but I'm so glad that there's a young person here and you've got a young perspective in the Parliament. I think bringing that perspective into policy making is really important. I also think we bring a new approach, not afraid to do things a bit differently, but you also feel the pressure of wanting to do well and show them that you can do it, because you can do it.
So what would you say to young people who are very politically engaged but feel frustrated that they might not be represented in Parliament?
I always say this to young people, get involved. I think as a young person, when you've got lots of thoughts and ideas, it can be hard to know where to start. Start in your community, demand a seat at the table, because you do deserve to be there. We deserve to be in the rooms where decisions are being made, and I hope that we elect more young people, Hope I'm not the only one. Got it all?
Yeah, great.